What's up, everyone? We should be live here. Looks like it's just loading up. All right, I think we are good. Let me know if you can hear me all right. If you're here, go ahead and drop a message. Looks like we got a few people watching. There's my alarm to tell me to start this, so we are right on time. Hey, Rachel, awesome, loud and clear. Perfect. All right, everyone. So I'm just going to be going live for probably 20, 30 minutes or so. So any questions you have, feel free to drop those in the chat. Just taking this time to answer your questions and help you all out any way I can. Putting the finishing touches on the Outsource Everything program. Really been finishing and planning that, doing some research, pulling from some other resources, books that talk about outsourcing, all that. I just talked to an HR manager about he's going to come on and do an exclusive interview. So everything should be really ready to go this week. I think we're probably going to end up releasing before the January 30th that I initially said. Who else we got here? Go ahead and drop a message in the chat. Let me know who's here. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop those. Interesting. Kick Central, what's up? JC Gamer Jared, what is up? Best advice for those starting out with OA. So let me know, do you mean you're just starting and you're going straight into OA, or you've already started selling on Amazon and you're transitioning into OA? Kevin, what is up? We're drinking Topo Chico tonight, carbonated water. Already started and transitioning into OA. Gotcha. So I always recommend people start off with leads lists. I think it helps make the transition from retail arbitrage or whatever method you're already doing. It helps make that transition into OA easier because you're getting those ready-made leads. You're getting leads that you can go and buy. It's opening you up to new websites that you might have not known existed. It shows you how to source. It shows you other storefronts you can stock. It opens your eyes to sales. There's just a bunch of benefits to using leads lists. Long term, once you really know what you're doing in online arbitrage, then I recommend ditching those leads lists and starting to build out your own virtual assistant team because it's just a lot more economical and provides you a lot better results long term. So I'd say start with some leads lists, but start thinking long term about virtual assistants as well. How many wholesale accounts you ordering from today? Just one. I actually don't do a ton of wholesale. I ordered, let's see, I ordered two ASINs wholesale today from the same company. So not a lot. I am mostly doing online arbitrage and then just a tad bit of wholesale here and there. Yep, no problem. Kevin, my question for you is how many shoes did you buy today? We're always seeing those shoe pics on Instagram. What's up, Shayla? Glad you're able to make it. Zero, what are you doing? Sourcing day tomorrow. Gotcha. So do you just have like set sourcing days each week that you go and source? How many hours per day or week do you work now? So on my Amazon business, I would say 3 to maybe 5 hours a week. Mostly how my day looks is I look at all my emails, my Discord messages, anything like that from my team, make sure that they're taken care of. If they need any kind of response or action from me, then I take care of that. That way they're set. And I mean, that's really the only consistent thing I do. Besides that, I'm just throughout the day opening up my Seller Central app or looking at things on the computer, the sales. If I see items selling really fast, then I'll put it in our sheet for restock. Or I might take a glance at like our metrics and see how things are going. At the end of the day, I take a look at our spend, see if I need to ask my team to spend more the next few days to make up, or if we can kind of dial back because we were ahead. So, I mean, the only really consistent thing I do is like 15-20 minutes in the morning answering all the messages for my team. And besides that, just keeping an eye on things throughout the day and taking small points of action if needed. Tuesday and Friday sourcing right on. How many VAs do you have? So we actually just hired four more. Um, so I'll give you the breakdown. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 product researchers and one manager. So that makes 11 plus my editor, which is 12 total VAs, which obviously most of them are product researchers. And I actually share all those virtual assistants with another Amazon seller. We kind of pooled our resources together, split the payroll, and share all the leads. So it's definitely an option you can consider. Obviously, I'm doing it with kind of a bigger team, but if you're wanting a virtual assistant and you can't yet afford it, you can't yet afford the salary for that virtual assistant, you could find one of your friends who's maybe also wanting to hire a virtual assistant and say, hey, why don't we just split this payroll and then we'll also share all the leads that they find. Do you have any type of incentives for your virtual assistants? Absolutely. So we give them a small percentage of profit that they find. Basically, we're tracking their name and inventory lab as a supplier. Every quarter, we run a report, and then they get a percentage of the profit for that quarter. It's not set because we're kind of just looking at how much cash is available and all that. But they're usually getting like 2 to 5% of the profit generated. Then we also have sourcer of the month, so whoever performs the best gets a bonus. We do paid time off and all other kinds of incentives as well. How many leads are your VAs finding a day or average amount? So I ask my team to strive for 8 leads. If they can find me 8 solid green leads, green for us means it's buy worthy. We're going to get that. If they could find 8 a day, I'd be super happy. I would say they end up averaging more like 6 per day, though, which is still really solid. And that'll depend, like, on your criteria. So I was talking to someone pretty recently, and they would say that they found, like, 10 per day on average from their team, or someone else might say that they only get, like, 4. Well, the person who's finding 10 might have, more loose criteria, where the person who's only finding 5 probably has stricter criteria. So how many leads they're gonna find really depends on the type of criteria that you set for them. What's up, Jesse? DS Bricks from a Discord group. I have to change Amazon account. Oh, okay, gotcha. I want to join your leads list, but you think that a new seller account would find your leads list beneficial since most new accounts are restricted? That's a good question. We don't like guarantee any types of ungating. Um, If I just had to guess, I would say it's about 50-50. A newer account would probably be able to sell about half the leads, and the other half are probably going to be something that you'll need to ungate. So I would probably wait until you have a little bit of experience. That way you can get the max value out of the list. I would hate for you to pay us $200 a month and then find out that most of the leads are gated for you. If you're really unsure, you can DM me and I'll tell you like some of the most popular brands so you can check if you're ungated. Yo, Steve, what's up? Everybody smash that like button. Appreciate that. If you guys are not following Rake and Profit, be sure to go do that. It's great, dude. How long did it take you to train your VAs? Was it one by one or all at the same time? So I've built up this team over the last year now. I've hired my first one, I think, on January 25th, somewhere around there of 2022. So it's been around a year of building up this virtual assistant team. I initially started with two. After a couple months, hired another one. After a couple months, hired another one. A few months later, hired two more, and then et cetera, et cetera. And now we're up to a team of 12 virtual assistants. So it was definitely slow, but slow and steady in hiring new people and training them. How do I get on your leads list? You go to oaalphas.com. I'll drop a link here. Looks like we have one spot available right now. We're usually full or just have one spot available. So if you're interested, Kevin, I would recommend grabbing that. And I just sent this link to somebody else too because they were interested. So that spot will probably be gone by tonight. I wasn't ungated in a lot of the beauty for a few months and never had an issue. That's good to know. So if you are, wow, okay. So yeah, there's definitely opportunity on the leads list. It sounds like for people who are not ungated to still get value. Yeah, so most of our lists are full right now. I'm going to be coming out with one more sometime next month since there's more demand than we're really providing. So that one will come out. If you're wanting to get a spot, you should get those soon because all prices are going up at the end of the month, though. Yeah, that's a good point too. Even if you're gated in those brands, those leads, it's still going to open up your eyes to new stores and sales in those stores that you might have not known about. It's a common misconception with leads lists is you're just getting them and buying the leads on that list, but there's so many other ways that you can do it, like I've talked about already. Go beyond just the leads that are provided. And looks like that spot has been taken. Sweet. Congrats, Kevin. Thank you for signing up. I'm giving you access right now, and I'm going to give you access to the private channel in the Discord, and we post there every day when the leads are up. It's usually fairly early, like before 9 a.m. So, Kevin, DM me a Gmail that I can share this with you. Shoot it over on Discord or Instagram, and then I'll get this shared with you. Hey, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. Yep, KV Flips definitely just copped that last spot on the wolf list. But like I said, we're going to be opening up a new list soon, so keep an eye out for that. And there will be more spots. It'll probably be a while if I ever open up a fourth one, though. I just stick at 3 for a while. Are you in my free Discord? I cannot find your name in here. I'll go ahead and just post a link here for anyone who's not in it. It's a free Discord. Hop in, ask questions, do some networking. But yeah, new to the OA game. Right on. Like I just said, leads lists are a good way to do that. All right, I'll check my IG. All right, I got your Gmail, Kevin. And then if you want to get in that leads list channel so you know when our leads are up every day, just join the Discord and I'll add you. And I just shared access with you to the wolf list. You should be set. How do you track when to restock on ASINs you've sold in the past? So we have a couple primary systems that we use. One is we use Seller Board, and it can kind of help predict when you need to restock. So you can say, like, this item is going to take 4 days to get to my house because you know that's how long the supplier normally takes. And then they'll look at how many you've been selling and they'll recommend when you should replenish and how many you should replenish. We're not following that data to a T, but we're looking at its kind of triggers, its alerts for when we need to restock. And then we're going in and looking at our own data and making the decision. And what I mean there is we're just looking at the SKU and then we're seeing what our sell through rate, how many we sold a day over what period of time, and making our restock decision from that. The other thing is we just look at our FBA sales, and if something's selling out fast, we'll just put in a restock order for the buyer. And the reason this works well for us is because we're going so wide on products. So like if I see 5 sales back to back to back, that's like my entire inventory. So then I can go through and do a reorder for maybe like 10 to 15. Seller board. So seller board is what I use for restocks. Inventory lab I use for if I ever make a shipment here, which isn't super often anymore. Most of my stuff goes to a prep center or direct from wholesale. But I use inventory for that, and then I use inventory lab for all my accounting. We're using seller board for looking at restock opportunities. Another thing we do for restocks is Amazon will recommend when you should restock items, which that's free. It's built in. You should absolutely be looking at that information. I think it's an inventory planning, and they'll recommend items that you should restock based on you've been selling them and you're running low on inventory. So there's a lot of different options for sure. Got any other questions? Everybody hit their spend goals today? I was on a coaching call with someone and I was talking to him about how, like, if you want to scale, everything comes down to your spend. Once you have your systems built in place, the only thing you can really do differently is spend more money on inventory. So I was really having him focus in on that, and that's kind of what I'm working on with my team right now. Yeah, shout out Mr. Maxwell. Anybody going to ASD next month? Hoping to meet up with some people there. I'm honestly not even really going for wholesale accounts, distributors. I'm really just going for the networking, and hopefully I can meet up with a lot of you guys there. Yep, sweet. I'll see you there. So, favorite category for OA. I'm gonna say my favorite is the stereotypical clothing and shoes that we see all over Instagram. I used to be really big on beauty, and I really like the beauty category, but we've been getting a lot of restricted product policy violations. So I'm starting to like it less and less. It's still a great category. It's just annoying to have to deal with those. No, ASD is in Vegas. You might be thinking of Miami 2023, which is a seller conference here in a few weeks. I will not be going to that. I went last year. I'm not going to make it this year, though. It will be ASD, though. It's the last weekend in February. Kick Central said, did you see that the FBA removal fees double tomorrow? Yes, I did see that. Um, Not happy about it, is what I'll say. We put in a lot of removal orders today. I would recommend doing the same. If you have stuff that you need to get out of there, you need sent back to you for whatever reason, you should definitely go and do that today because you're saving a lot of money because it's half the price. And then also, small and light goes up to 12 bucks tomorrow. Super pumped for that. I've been seeing a lot of product opportunities these last few weeks, especially on some wholesale ASINs where they're selling for like 12.50 to $13. But tomorrow morning I'm gonna drop the price down to $12, increase velocity, and probably increase profitability too with that new small and light. Saul said, "Do you buy from Kohl's?" Not a ton. I have in the past. I really like getting that Kohl's cash. Whenever I was retail arbitrage, I did a ton at Kohl's. Shout out Nate Jackson from Hustle Buddies. He has the Kohl's Bra Workshop or whatever he calls it. I went through that and I learned a lot about the coupon stacking at Kohl's. There's definitely a lot of opportunity, especially if you're willing to do retail arbitrage and look like a weirdo scanning 100 bras. Um, yeah, I don't do a ton from Kohl's anymore though. Trying to move 90 to 100% beauty recently though, change of plans. Yep. Gotta love Amazon. I really like the beauty category, but I don't want to keep dealing with all these violations. Let's see. Jesse says, "Do you sell a lot of supplements?" Not a ton. I mean, we sell supplements, but I wouldn't say it's a large part of my business at all. I generally stay away from like pill type stuff, but I'll do like the scoops and the other regular supplements. I don't really sell any kind of like medications, which can be similar though. I used to, but it just kind of felt weird, and there was probably also violations there too. Supplements are definitely pretty good, and we sell them. Anyone have a 5886 error code issue? I've had two this week. What is 5886? I might have. Oh, is that the generic listing thing? Is it on a listing you're trying to create or something that was already existing? I think I've had these in the past. Trying to remember what we did. Being honest, I'm gonna guess we were never able to resolve it with Seller Central, so we just created removal orders and moved on. Guys, if you're not already subscribed, I would appreciate it if you could go ahead and subscribe and then turn on notifications so that you know whenever I'm going to be doing another live stream. And also so you don't miss any of my video uploads. That would be really appreciated. Saul said, "Do you do lives just for your leads list?" I do Zoom calls with them about once a month. Uh, yeah, we hop into a Zoom. Normally, only like one or two people show up, so it really ends up just being a coaching session. But we generally go live about once a month. I'd say every 4 to 5 weeks on average. Speaking of which, I need to schedule one of those soon. It's probably been about 4 or 5 weeks. Yeah, that's another perk of signing up for my leads list is we do Zoom calls, which really end up being coaching calls because not a lot of people show up. What is the lowest ROI you would do on a product? Generally 20 to 25. I'd say generally 20 is my cutoff. But like if the data looks really good, I'll go lower. If it's very stable, if it has good velocity. Back when I was prepping myself, I would consider like, is it single sticker prep? But yeah, I'll go a little bit lower if all the other data looks good, maybe down to 15% or so. But generally I want to see at least 20 to 25. Gotcha. I mean, I would try opening up a case with seller support, but really, I don't know of a good way to fix it. I think we ended up just creating removal orders. So depending on how many units you have, you might want to just consider removing it and moving on. That's what we did in that case. But it is frustrating. Seller support is fantastic. We all love them. All right, we're going to go for about 3 or 4 more minutes. So if you have any final questions, go ahead and drop those. And I'll be sure to get them answered before we wrap up. What is my favorite candle scent? That is a good question. I would say I'm a little bit biased towards a company called Alpha Candles. And yes, from your candle line, of course. My personal favorite is the sugar cookie. And then I really like one that we're working on right now. It's strawberry cheesecake. It's going to be part of our Valentine's collection. Rachel, I'm curious, what is your favorite candle scent? From my candle line, of course. We're actually going to be launching on Amazon here in a few weeks. I'm just waiting on our new jars to come in so that we can take our product photos based on the jars we're going to be using, presumably forever, or at least for a while. So, yeah, stay tuned, but we should be on Amazon, I would say, within a month, if not sooner. Caramel apple, that's a really good one. That was our top seller for fall. Thank you for stopping by. Go 1 more minute. We'll see if there's any more questions. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. I'll probably have an upload going up on Wednesday, and then I'll I'll be uploading about once or twice a week going forward, and then hopefully going live about once a week as well. All right. If there's no more questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. So thanks everyone for watching. Peace out. See you on the next one. Have a good night.